Hi everyone, I'm Ray and I'm a third year Bachelor of Psychology student here at Monash. And this year I'm also the president of the Monash Students Neuroscience and Psychology Society, which we like to call SNAPS. Today I'm chatting to two psychology graduates to find out a little bit more about where their degree has taken them and what their careers look like now.
Hi everyone, my name's Chiara. I did my psychology degree, it feels like a long time ago now. I think I finished in 2014 and I have done my educational and developmental masters and work in schools primarily doing assessments for children looking at intellectual disability and learning disorders and things like that.
I completed my degree in 2017 and I've since gone on to do a graduate certificate in human resources management, and I currently work as a recruitment specialist in the aged care industry.
What did your guys' career journey look like? How did you get to where you are now?
So after I left uni, I went straight into a receptionist role just while I spent some time figuring out what I wanted to do. And from there, I moved into a junior sort of HR coordinator role, so doing lots of admin tasks in HR. I then moved into a learning and development consultant position, so looking at our training for all of our new staff, looking at how we induct our new staff, so looking at all the different sort of training principles and everything that comes into how people learn and absorb information. And then I have stepped into our recruitment specialist position, so onboarding and recruiting all of our sort of frontline staff that work in our homes in aged care and the facility managers as well.
So I guess a big question that a lot of psychology students will have is, what does a typical day look like for you guys now that you're psychology graduates?
I do lots of contract work, doing assessments, and because a lot of it is tied to funding in schools, there's obviously peak times where you get a lot of referrals. So at the end of term 2, for example, I get to go out to lots and lots of schools and do lots of assessments. But at other times I get to focus more on the teaching, which is pretty cool, very varied, which I really like.
Yeah, my days are pretty busy. So I spend a lot of time looking at resumes and phone screening as well. So just getting a sense of if this person, first of all, can communicate appropriately and is a cultural fit as well for what they're looking for that role. So lots of phone calls, lots of talking, lots of listening as well. So that's pretty much my day in a nutshell.
Are there any other skills that have been super important in your respective successes in your roles?
In terms of psychology-specific skills, I think for me, being able to sort of influence and navigate conversations, being able to sort of use techniques to sort of coach people and guide people. It's almost like sales in some sense as well. So, those kind of theories that you don't really consider too much while you're learning them, once you actually put them in application, they make a lot of sense what you're learning about.
So what's the best or the most rewarding part about your role?
So most of the time I'm doing children, sometimes it's adults, but they come to you with a problem that they're not sure what's happening. And I love being able to give them answers, even if it's not the answer they're expecting or it's not a diagnosis, it's still that understanding of what's happening for that child. So that's probably the best part of my work.
So how did your time at Monash help you to prepare for this role? Like, were there any particular opportunities, like internships or any subjects that really helped you?
It's such a contrast from doing BCE psychology, because you are delving so much deeper than you ever thought was possible coming from BCE psychology. So it's exciting. It's an exciting course to do. And the fact that there is so much breadth, like you say, there's music, developmental, mental health, dementia. It's so broad. You have so many options. It just gives you a lot of autonomy and agency to sort of, pave your own way.
I honestly really love how much the psychology course helps you understand the world in general, though. Like, I think I did a couple of units on criminal psychology, and that, I've been remembering some of the things I learned from that recently when we've started talking about, all these Black Lives Matter protests and things like that, and understanding some of these topics. And then going back to what you learnt in undergrad and those ideas has been really interesting to see play out, I think.
Well, thank you so much, Gemma and Chiara, for sharing your career insights with us today. And thanks everybody for joining us today. I hope this gave you a taste of where a psychology degree could take you. And if you think that psychology could be for you, we hope to see you at Monash soon.